So this is the shape you will end up with. So what you're going to do now is you're going to go around and you are going to score all your score marks, and it's simply just scoring them all facing in, so you're going to end up with a shape like this. All four sides, just take them all folded towards the center, so you end up like a little C shape. I keep going, and one more. So this is what we have now. Don't forget to give a little pinch on the tabs so that they're bent nice at the corners. I don't usually, unless I'm working in 110-pound cardstock, I don't see the need to have to actually sit there and burnish all my lines. If you give, at 65-pound cardstock, if you give it a good crease, you'll have the marks that you need. Now what we're looking to do, and we always, when we put this box together, we always bring the sides in, the long sides that have these little tabs at the ends, in first. We never start with the short side. So what we're going to do is on this very last section, you can either run tape, or I've sent, just take a little bit of my quick dry glue, and you're going to set it down. Now you're going to roll it back, and remember I said that this piece is actually going to be on here. So what I find is I take it, square it up a little, give it a bit of a roll, so you're making a tube. As you push it in and down, you can feel that bottom piece coming against this outside edge. Hold it there for a minute, and this is what you will end up with. Hopefully you can see that. Okay? So you're going to do the same thing, make sure that stays down, with the other long edge. Just a wee bit of glue here. I don't find that it needs a great deal. Sometimes on this particular item, less is more. So again, what we did on the other side, roll it around, try not to do what I do, is get it all over my fingers. Hold it down there, make sure it's nice and square and tucked in, that nothing's hanging out. I find sometimes if you take and you give it a bit of a friction rub, you end up with it stuck down. Now that one doesn't want to stick quite yet, so I better hold that for just a moment longer. What I have done before is taken a stylus and just kind of given it a bit of a push with the adhesion. So now you have, girls, your two little tabs on either end, okay, as you can see, and then you have your end sections. What we're going to do now is we're going to work with this area here and this tab here. What you're going to do is just as close to this score line as you can, put either tape or a wee bit of glue, and on the inside here you're going to run just a little bit of glue here. Not too much because you don't want it to be goopy. Do that on both sides. Okay. Now, what I generally do is set my unit down, push with my index fingers so that that squares up those tabs, roll the other piece up. Now the tabs are going to adhere to this piece right under my fingers. Or what you can also do is just simply take it, hold it like this, pinch it for just a moment. You may have a little bit of glue try to ooze out. So you just give that a hold, and you see a beautiful, nice corner because you've got that tab that's coming around. I have seen these box frames done, and they attempt to have these two edges, which have been cut, glued together. I have never seen a nice job of that done. So then what we're going to do is on this last section on the end piece, again, you're going to put some glue, and you're going to simply roll it under, same way you did the side pieces, so that they butt on, push down, hold for a second. What I've done before too is picked it up and given it a little brush from the back so that it adheres, making sure that everything is nice and square, sometimes just tucking it in. And that, my girls, is how you do your corners. Let's quickly do the other side so you can see the whole frame. Again, a little bit on the diagonal. You can do this with tape, but you better make sure that your placement is right the first time, especially if it's score tape. So if you hold that one there for just a moment so it's nice and square, that tab will start its adhesion, and same with the other side. I apologize if this particular video is a little bit choppy. I'm trying to work on a table that's not truly suited for this. So on the last section, again, put a bit of glue or your tape, roll it under, hold the corners for a moment, push it down so that it can get a good bite and the glue can start doing its magic. And that, my dear girls, is how every and any box frame is made. You can make it any width, any height. I've made them miniature. I've also made them so that they're 8 by 11 for a picture frame. In that case, what I had to do, even a 12 by 12 sheet was not wide enough to do the tabs, was I had made my base piece, and then the flaps to come from top and side were pieces which I attached, and they disappeared when this rolled over, so we had an absolute clean